Hey everyone, welcome to the Rooster Teeth Podcast. This week, special edition, coming to you from South by Southwest at the Samsung Blogger Lounge. Thanks to What's Trending for having us out here.
I'm Cheryl Lazar, the host and co-founder of What's Trending. We are so excited to be with you here on stage at the Samsung Blogger Lounge. We're live on What's Trending, so we encourage everyone to tweet with the hashtag Samsung SXSW.
That's right there on the screen. You can see it.
Wow, visual stuff.
So, as every week, I'm here. I'm Gus Cirola.
I'm Gavin Free.
And Shira already introduced
I'm Bernie
herself.
Burns. No, just kidding.
And also featuring Gus Cirola. So this week, we're doing things a little different thanks to the help here from the What's Trending crew. We have a couple of special guests with us.
We do. What's Trending has been here live at the Samsung Blogger Lounge in South by Southwest all week with amazing guests, and we are lucky enough to get, shall we introduce them? Should we give a special introduction
let's
now?
Get them out here.
The stars of Cesar Chavez. We have Rosario Dawson and Diego Luna. Give it up for them.
Yay.
Of course. Nice
Hello.
to see you here. Thank you so much. Yeah.
I almost got in a fight last night.
You did?
At your party.
Oh, really? What happened?
I almost got beat up.
Oh, you got beat up. Okay. So
Yeah, no, come
you
on.
don't
I'm
look
not
like
beating
a
anyone up. Look at
fighter.
this. A friend of mine went up to go use the bathroom, and she left her coat on her chair.
Yeah.
And some random dude came by and grabbed it and started walking off with it.
What? He wanted to wear a girl's jacket?
Yeah, it was like furry and white. It was really weird. And I grabbed it, and I'm like, hey, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I just want to go show this to my friends. I'm like, that's not your jacket. And then he got really aggro with me. He's like, what's your problem? Why are you fronting? I was like, that's not your jacket, man. Don't you just put it down? And I looked at him. The guy was 3 inches taller than me and really muscular. I thought, this guy is going to beat the crap out of me. But I'm here with 10 people, so maybe we have a chance.
That would have been a good story.
You say you're here with 10 people. You're here with 10 nerds.
10 nerds.
10 people from Rooster Teeth.
10 Rooster Teeth people.
That's the equivalent of
it's like
3
Shadow of
quarters
the
of a person.
Colossus. It's like they're climbing up on this guy, trying to take him down.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then he kept coming back and making fun of me all night for protecting my friend's
So he
coat.
wanted to show someone the coat.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah, he was taking it and walking
Maybe
off
that's
with
what
it.
he was going to use to pick up the chick. Be like, I have a sexy coat for you.
We should have
He
followed
stole
him
from
around
chick.
the rest of the day. If he ordered pizza, just grabbed his pizza and shown it to everyone.
Like, no, I'm gonna go show it to someone.
Yeah, I need to show this to someone.
It's so weird.
And gob in it and give it back.
It's rare that I encounter angry drunk people in Austin, but it has happened every now and then. One time we had a showing at the Draft House, and right down here in Colorado, I was walking down the street, and some guy came up behind me and said, I heard from behind me, why don't you grow some balls? And I was like, I just turned around.
He just randomly said that?
Yeah, I was like, oh, I'm sorry, do you want to get by? And he looked at me and he goes, no, why don't you grow some balls? I was like, okay. I was like, I've got some. And he was just he just wanted to fight. Then his friends came out and grabbed him and was like, oh, we're so sorry, he's just drunk.
You're an angry person by default. Did you not just want to get into a fight?
I was just shocked. It was imagine out of nowhere, you're walking down the street and someone goes, hey, why don't you grow some balls? You're like, what?
Why did they
It's not
you seem to get targeted.
Yeah.
But you're so nice.
I was once drinking with Jeff at a bar, and some homeless guy came over, and he leant over, it was iron railings, and he leant over the railings and said, you, and pointed at Jeff, and Jeff was like, hey, what's up? And he goes, you're what's wrong with Austin. And then he turned around and just stumbled away. And Jeff was like, what? Just complete random interactions with just confrontational people. So speaking of dickheads and just random assholes, I was in a cab the other day.
was that towards me?
No, that was the conversation before. I was in a cab, and it was $24, right? And I always pay on card in a cab because,
why not?
I mean, I hate having cash.
You're not an animal.
I was like, I got a card, and he's like, I hate cards. You got any cash? And I was like, oh, maybe. So I searched through it. I had exactly $24. I was like, all right, well, I have cash, but if you want a tip, let's do it on card. And then he grabbed my cash. He was like, no. And then I got out, and he goes, tip next time, asshole.
What?
And I just explained to him, if he used my card, I could have tipped him. I had just the amount.
Yeah. You explained it to him. That's his own fault.
Yeah, prick.
Is this going to be like this podcast called Douchey Experiences with Rooster Teeth?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is our new spin-off. My wife...
It's because of South by Southwest, the people of Austin just get shitty about it. I guess a cab driver would be annoyed because he can't go anywhere. The real reason I didn't stand up is because I had a bit of a shaving accident yesterday, and I didn't.
They're down there.
I didn't want my shirt to come up and reveal what I'd done.
What do you
show us? Now you have
wait
to
a
show
second.
it. Now you
what
have
are you
to
talking
show
about?
it.
Well, okay. Let me do the story first.
Okay.
I was having a bit of a downstairs trim because,
You're not an animal.
I'm not an animal. And I looked at my stomach, and I was like, my stomach's just really hairy. Maybe I could just kind of thin it out. You like trim the top off of it. And then I wasn't paying attention. It just went against my skin and just cut like a giant patch out. So to combat that, I just cut a bunch of patches out of my stomach hair. And it just looks really weird. I just didn't want to have
That
to.
is so strange.
So
Was that strange?
You didn't even try to make like a design, like a letter Z?
I thought-
like Zorro was there?
I thought maybe I could just thin it all down. I ended up just making a bunch of holes.
Let's
So
see
I
it.
patch it. All right, here it is.
All right, this is really weird. Oh no! Oh my!
Right,
Can someone
right
create a
mess,
GIF
right?
out of that? Wait, can you do that again?
No, that was
Someone
it.
needs to create a GIF out of that right now. Tweet it to us at What's Trending # Samsung SXSW.
But-
Just opening and closing your shirt, or lifting and raising your shirt.
But Rosario Dawson doesn't need to see that. So I'm going
I
to
don't
sit
know.
here.
She might have felt like a quirky connection to you.
I don't think so.
Like you're eclectic. You're British.
it's
You
just
shave your
weird.
stomach in weird patches. You're just like
It's a new style. You could have started something.
it's a hipster thing.
Maybe you missed it.
Yeah.
There's like-
All right. Everyone else do it, so I'm not the weird one.
You have a lot of hair in general, like on your head, your chest.
You always comment about my hair. It's
You
like
do.
all I have, apparently.
He's,
a
he's
lot.
well he's well insulated. He's protected against sunburns
Yeah.
and against the
I've
wind.
actually never been sunburned in my life.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess growing up in the UK, does anyone get sunburned
There's
in the
not
UK?
much of it, yeah.
There's not so much.
But I can spend a whole day in the sun without sunscreen, and I don't burn. I just get really
Really?
dark. Yeah.
We do a lot of shoots outside, and anytime we have a new PA, we always have to remind them, make sure you put a lot of sunblock on. But you always have the new guy who refuses to put sunblock on for some reason. Then about 2 hours into a shoot outside, it's just like looks like a lobster. They're so red. It's like, God, we always warn you. We warn those people about it.
I don't know.
Shoes are gross when you think about it.
Shoes are really gross.
I
That's
hate
why.
shoes.
That's why we don't sign shoes.
I never sign shoes. People sometimes want an autograph on a shoe. I will not sign a shoe.
Yeah.
I just think about all the urine that has spilled on that shoe.
Well, that's the thing. Is that it's impossible for a urinal not to splash on your shoes.
I know. I
Yeah.
think about it every time
And
I
then
see
you
a
bring
shoe.
that into your house, though. Like, you think how many things you bring into your home or your bed? Like, how many times do you
In your
just, like-
bed?
Or, like, on your bed or
You wear your
room.
shoes on your bed?
Sometimes I just lie down, and then I'm like, oh, there's, like, that little part of my shoe that's, like, kind of touching. I'm like, in that area, there's probably, like, a bacterial
Yeah. Well,
infestation.
take your shoes off at the door.
That's what I
No,
do.
do you take your shoes off the door?
Yeah.
See, I'm surprised because you're from Europe. Usually, like, I grew up in Montreal, and like a lot of people. This is the most general. I'm generalizing everything here. But like in Montreal, like a lot of us, we don't take our shoes off. And when I go to Europe too, I mean, in Amsterdam, like when I was in Amsterdam. I
Europe
was-
and Amsterdam.
But like we don't take our shoes off. I feel there's some households that take their shoes off at the door and some that don't. And it was never a thing in my family.
It might be in those colder regions. It's cold, so people don't want to take their shoes off in the
Well,
house.
no, and it's winter and it's like gross. But I don't know why. And I hate when I get to someone's place and I have to take off my shoes and I'm not wearing the right socks.
Yeah. Or you're not
Sucks.
wearing socks.
Yeah, or you're wearing like with holes in them.
I
like,
want-
it's
I
so
put my
embarrassing.
fancy hula girl socks on for this.
I have my Union Jacks on today. Oh yeah. See that?
Socks are a big deal for us on our podcast.
Well, ever since I made fun of Bernie's socks, he went mental on the sock front.
Now I feel inadequate if I don't have fancy socks.
Yeah.
Like, this is a thing in my life. Thank you for introducing this. Before, I could just wear black socks. Now it's like, oh, I got to find cool socks.
But it's fun though. Oh, actually,
and
like-
then the other day, I bought beer socks, and I wore them, and Bernie was like, oh, I almost wore those today. And I was like, you have the same socks I do? He's like, yeah, I've got those. I threw them away.
I have them too.
You
those
have 'em
exact
too?
socks. I got them for Christmas.
See what's happened? We've got like this escalating sock war now.
It's amazing how much stuff in our lives is completely unnatural at all. Like when I was getting out of your car, I was like, oh crap, my things, because I left them in there. And it was this dumb hair goo and a Red Bull. And I was thinking, a caveman, that like nothing, it doesn't apply to anything.
I
I need to make my hair beat up, and I need energy from liquid. It doesn't make any sense, really.
I always love the caveman analogy. I think
Yeah.
you're the one who introduced that to me. It's like you show something.
so
It's like,
interesting to
what would
me.
a caveman think about this?
Yeah, because if a caveman didn't give a shit about it, it's not important, really.
Whoa, wait, that's how you like go, you live your life? You're like,
Well,
what
if
if
something
a
bad
caveman-
happens, I think, would this affect a caveman? If not, then I'm like, well, you know, what are you going to do? If my leg came off, that would affect a caveman. He would have to hop and kill saber-toothed tigers.
So you obviously, I mean, what about romance and love? I guess that would not affect a caveman because cavemen don't have emotions.
Just carry a
They
big
have
club.
emotions.
No, they're all about, it's just like about reproducing and
You think a caveman never laughed?
Did a caveman ever laugh? This may be like the most deep philosophical question ever asked. Like
I
all of
reckon they had
humanity has converged right now to question the laughter of a caveman.
Like caveman Dave sees caveman Steve fall down a hill. Funny, isn't it? It's funny.
we'll never know. We won't ever know.
do animals laugh?
I don't think animals laugh. There's no, they
No,
they
don't you
can't.
see those videos on YouTube of like animals like laughing? They are there.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What animals
Go
laugh?
YouTube, search animals laughing, and see what you find.
I wonder if we can find caveman laughing.
Search cavemen laughing. You'll find those weird commercials for cavemen, you know, like those brands that have like
right.
caveman commercials.
But I think that analogy works well. Like recently, a few months ago, I smashed my laptop screen. My MacBook Air is just ruined. The screen's messed up. And then I was bummed out, and then I was like, well, you know, I'm fine still. Everything in my life is still fine, so it's just, yeah, what are you gonna do?
I think there's a beautiful simplicity to that.
Yeah.
I like it.
Keep it simple.
Yeah.
Do you notice, are you good at multitasking?
No.
Guys are not good at multitasking. And I don't want to like put a whole thing on your gender, like a whole assumption. Are you good at multitasking?
I feel like I am, but I'll accept it. I'll accept the.
No, you can
I'll
offend
accept the
men. You've
label.
already offended the whole of Europe, so.
Or
I've
Montreal.
offended your entire audience right now. No, I find men have issues with multitasking. I'm just saying. Because they are simple. It's like you give men like
Did you say
food,
men are
sex. Like you just need to give men food, sex, and then also just take care of them. Like give them the needs like their mom gave them in a way, and they're happy.
I'd
You
be
made it
happy with
weird-
that.
You made it weird when you said mum in the same sentence as sex.
Oh no, it's a separate idea.
So
multitask your head.
Are
for
you a
second.
good multitasker then?
Yes,
Oh.
I am.
You are
actually.
monitoring Twitter and the
I'm-
chat room
and I'm talking to you
and talking
guys.
to us.
I think some of the most ambidextrous men, or ambidextrous people, have been men, though. There was that one guy who could write with both hands at the same time, which is amazing. But
They are evolved. What is that? What else do they do with both hands? Then?
he could write in Spanish with one hand and German with the other
No
hand.
way.
Yeah.
No.
It's crazy.
That's impossible.
Were you
That's real.
jealous?
Yeah, I'd love that. See, that would get me laid. Write a love letter in 2 languages at the same
You could
time.
like pick up a girl from Spain and a girl from Germany all at the same time, like writing them little love notes. I wanted to note something. You're a GIFer. You're
I do.
not-
Well, no, actually, at the Webbies the other year, the guy who created the GIF was on stage and he goes, "I'm going to say this once and for all. It's not a GIF. It's a GIF because image.
Do you think
image GIF.
it's a graphic
yeah, but it's
image file?
G for
GIF.
graphic.
No, it's a GIF. Or
So
go search
he-
Webby Awards
I believe you,
GIF, and you'll see the speech this guy did.
but
and he said
he
it was
no
a
longer
GIF.
owns it. He created it. It's like George Lucas. He made Star Wars. It's Disney's
So
now.
do you go by the what the people say or by the creator?
The people. GIF.
If you're gonna call it a GIF, you're gonna start calling me Javin.
It's called what?
I would say
Give him a mic.
I would say go with whatever the commenters say, and they're saying GIF. So I would go with that because there are a lot of them, and
I'm not going to
they're
be scared.
very
What are you saying? I'm going to be
opinionated.
intimidated by them.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, do your own
I don't want to be
thing.
intimidated. I love you guys. There's only love,
GIF is a
positivity.
peanut butter, though. That's the argument. Like
Right.
GIF, there is already a word GIF.
Image GIF, so I did go by that.
That's a great counter argument.
Thank you.
I appreciate
Thank
that. I think you're in the GIF camp also, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, GIF.
Yeah.
Most of us say GIF.
What?
Most of us in the know say GIF, sure.
Wow, you
Come
are
on
totally
board.
throwing me under the
Get
bus
on our
here.
level.
Should I just make everyone feel bad for me and like start crying?
Try it. We'll see.
And thanks to Glenn, Operation Supply Drop. We'll be talking a lot more about them in the coming weeks. And big thanks to Shira and the rest of the What's Trending crew. Y'all have been awesome. Thank you for having us.
Am I allowed back on your podcast?
Yeah.
Next time you come down to our studio, we'll do it in our hometown.
I know. Thank you. I'd love
Bring
that.
whiskey.
Yes.
I could bring a lot of different things.
Hashtag bring whiskey.
I'll bring tears.
Leave those at home. All right. Well, thanks
And,
everyone.
and this will be on youtube.com/whatstrending, by the way, if people want to watch the video.
Great. Yeah, come back, check it out. So thanks for watching, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.